Hello guys, today we're going to be doing a tier list on every COD Zombies map. I've seen other people do it and I very much enjoyed them, and this is the tier list here. This goes all the way up to Ashes of the Damned, which was from BO7, and we're going to have a look, see what you think I think is the best maps and whatnot. So we're going to start off with Noct, and for me personally, Noct is a very simple map. It comes from World at War, and I think it is somewhere in between here. And I think I'm going to put it on C, just because I think it's not really pushing that much. I'm not too sure, but like next up we got Verruct here. Now, Verruct, I think, is on par with Noct, and a little bit better, because I like a little bit of difficulty, and Noct is difficult, yes, but once you get the hang of it, it's easy peasy. Right, Shino Numa, honestly, I will put it above Verruct, below Noct in C tier as well, because I think all of the World at War maps, except for this one right here, deserves a C tier. It's pretty good. Now, Der Riese is a fantastic map. You've got Catwalk, you've got the introduction of Pack-a-Punch, actually. So I think it goes into A over here, because it added a really stand-in feature in near enough every map that comes after it, except for a few that don't contain it. Now, Kino, oh god, Kino is overrated. Overrated as fuck. And honestly, I put it somewhere there. I think it's not bad enough to. It's not even a bad map per se, but it's not so much so that it goes into a thing. I think it's a C tier, and I think it's above Shino and Noct. Right, five, awesome map. I love it. It's in the Pentagon. You got the Pentagon Thief, which if you kill him without him taking your weapon, you get a bonfire sale, which is very cool, and it's the first introduction of that. And I honestly think it is somewhere there, but I don't think it pushes quite into S tier. Honestly, I don't know. I'm going to say S tier. You know what? I'm going to say S tier. Because screw everyone else that says differently. Screw you, it's going in S. S plus will be saved from our top 5. I think I'll put my 5 best maps in there. Now, Dead Ops Arcade, I rarely play much. I'm not really a Dead Ops Arcade fan. So I'm going to put it in D. And actually, I'm going to throw every single iteration of Dead Ops in there too. Because they're somewhat the same. I think, honestly, I'll put 3 and 4 up a bit, because it has the first person mode and it's way more fun like that. Now, next up we have Ascension. Ascension is, honestly, I think it's better than Kino, and I think it goes into B, because you got like the Moonlanders. The only thing I fucking hate is the monkeys. I hate it, because then I only get to basically pick 2 perks, because this is coming from a solo person perspective, because most of the time I do play solo on these maps. Now, Call of the Dead, well, well, we don't want someone very specific watching this and thinking that I hate Call of the Dead, but I'm going to put it as B under Ascension. It's a decent map, it's good, it's alright. Now, Shangri-La, specifically BO1, because you got the BO3 version down there, I think the BO1 version goes somewhere in between Shino and Kino. Shino and Kino. Then we got Shangri. Now Moon from BO1. Now this is a struggling one because it's grey. It fucking sucks. And honestly, the BO3 version is much better because I think it just works better with BO3 mechanics and it looks better. And honestly, the Spaceman isn't that bad on Moon, but in this, it's fucking dog shit. I'm gonna put it in D because I don't think it's that good. BO1 knocked. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put them in C in their respective slots behind each of their other slots, just because I think the BO1 versions are worse than the World at War versions. And honestly, Der East might actually just have to go into the top of B, to be honest, because of one feature. Wait, no, it stays there. I apologise. Now, Transit, do not fucking glaze it. I swear to God, people say, oh yeah, Transit's really good. No it isn't. Stop lying to yourself. Bus Depot can go there. Farm can be in D, because it's not any better than them two, but it's there. Now Town, I've had a lot of fun memories on it, and I enjoy it way more than all these maps, so it's going to go top of C. And it doesn't reach to like Call of the Dead status. Now Nuketown as well will be going, honestly, it will go just there, because I quite enjoy like the difficulty on it with the random spawning perks. It makes it way more difficult because you don't know whether you're going to get Jug early on, later, are you going to get good weapons out the box, and it's a very tight knit map, and I think that's very good for any like new players. Now next we have Die Rise F. Now no one will tell me different. Die Rise is horrible. Why are you even putting it higher? Do I need to explain? You got the jumping jacks, you've got falling from fucking Timbuktu all the way down to the bottom, you're gone. And the liquefier just, even though it's a one shot, you place it in the wrong spot, you're going sliding. You're flying, mate. It's a fun wonder weapon, but it can't fit on Die Rise. Now, Mob is a fucking fantastic map. Obviously, it's in the top 5. Like, there's nothing I can say more. You got Brutus, it's a nice mix of difficulty alongside knowing what you need to do, really. Now, we're going to go to Buried. Buried, honestly, is above 5. I love Buried. You got fucking Leroy Jenkins and all that jazz. You got the buildables, you got the subsonic resonator that just goes, and you've got the introduction of the Regal Mark II. Now, and up next we have Origins, obviously up there. Is it better than Mob? Is it worse? Honestly, interchangeable right there with this. But honestly, I've come to like Mob more than Origins. I think Mob's atmosphere and aesthetic is it's perfect. Outbreak, I've played a little bit and I did not like it. I'm actually going to put it below Dead Ops, because at least Dead Ops has some substance to it. Outbreak is just Infection, haven't played. I literally have not played them, but I know that the reception on them probably from what I know from other people's tier lists and whatnot, that I could put them in F. Like, I can make my own assumptions, but I'm not going to. Now, Shadows of Evil, yeah, best map of all time. No one can tell me different. It's got the most side quests. It's got a big fucking alien weapon. It's a fantastic map, and it like has a little central area that kind of peaks off into the three main areas. You got the rituals in each area that's representation of the character, and then also the street as well is representation of the character as well. So it's basically each end you go into a different character. And the beast mode is better than Mob of the Dead's Afterlife mode. And you've also got like the tram that connects all three sections together that you can travel to. So I think Shadows of Evil deserves it. Now, the Giant, I think the Giant is in the middle because it's worse than the BO1 version, and the World at War version is always going to be my go-to when playing Derries. Drak, obviously, another banger. And honestly, I would put it above Origins again. To be honest, I think Origins is my least favourite S+. Well, my least favourite of my 5 favourite. These are my 5 favourite. We'll get to the next one, I think, soon. Or maybe there actually are 4 maps that I think are worth it. Well, we'll find out. Zetsubo no Shima. I'm going to put it at top of A. I really like Zetsubo no Shima. There are a few things that like are buggy and whatnot, but that's not like fault of the game. It's like fault of coding, or it's been coded incorrectly and it needs to be fixed. But obviously it won't be fixed because Treyarch aren't working on it anymore. But like the bugs that are in there, they're not game breaking much. I don't think, from the top of my head, I don't think they're game breaking as much as something else. But I think that's a good spot to go. And next up we have Gorod Krovi. This is a very good map. Like, it's got the same sort of structure as Shadows in a sort of way. But I honestly think that it goes in between 5 and Buried for right now. It is a very good map. And finally, we have Revelations, which honestly is the worst out of them, but it's still really good. I think that it goes right there. I think it's an A-tier map. I think it's really good because it kind of ends the story if it didn't carry on, obviously. But yeah, Revelations is a perfectly alright map. It's got like the same sort of stitch as the Shadows of Evil pap. Like most of these high tier maps have the same sort of pap retro. Like you gotta collect. Well, actually, Revelations is more like Shadows in a sort of way because you gotta do 4 different rituals, I think, and then a final 5th one to get it. No, it's 4 rituals, and then you got to go into the alien space creature and shoot its little things, but it's still somewhat like it. Now, let's just whack these in places. We'll speedrun. Right. BO3 Narc's better. Honestly, this one's in between there. Shino Numa is honestly in D because it's worse than both of them enough to put it in there. Kino, it's Kino. Honestly, it's worse because atmosphere has way more atmosphere to it on BO1. Ascension, honestly, is a bit of a downgrade, obviously. I think it pops right there. Shangri-La is the better version in BO3. And Moon, this is the one where I say that it makes it a whole lot better. And I think BO3 Moon is at the bottom of B tier. It doesn't quite deserve C tier, but that's where I'm going to put it. Origins, honestly, I would put it there just because I think the BO2 version does it better. Zombies in Space On. Honestly, I actually will put Zombies in Space On up here. Actually, wait. No. We'll put it at A tier. We'll put it at A tier above Origins. Because Zombies in Space On is a fantastic map. Like, honestly, chef's kiss to Lee Ross. And next up we have Rave in the Redwoods. I think Rave deserves B tier, but where in B I do not know. Honestly, I will put it there. Because Rave is a good map, and I do appreciate it quite a bit. Shell and Shuffle, well. I think it's D tier, and it's actually the bottom of D tier. It's not bad. Could it be bad enough? I don't know. I kind of like the ninja stuff, and I haven't done the Easter egg on it, so I haven't got that sort of experience on it. Attack, I have played, but not enough to give my own opinion. Not enough to give my own. Oh, the Final Reich as well. This map is, honestly, I will put it top of B, to be honest. I honestly think that it deserves it. It's a fantastic map, and we're just going to get worse from here, aren't we? Let's spitball all of these. Groston House, D tier. D tier just above Shaolin. Well, actually, there. Darkest Shore, F, don't like it. Shadow Throne, B, above there. Tortured Path, I haven't played. Bodega, you know what? I haven't played much of World War II to give my opinion of them. Actually, you know what? I have played Altar of Blood, and honestly, I think it's a pretty decent thing. Like, all of these 4 maps here, well, 3, are all sort of in the same boat. Mount Olympus boat. Haha, funny. But I'm honestly not going to do that. Voyage of Despair. It is literal despair. 9. I 9. I'm leaning towards these, but I'm also leaning towards putting it at the bottom of here. I really like 9. You know what? For the content, we're putting it up there. I like that map, and we're not gonna change that. Right, Blood of the Dead. Honestly, I think it goes bottom of C actually. Yeah, bottom of C, because it's a decent experience. When I go on there, I'm not like the best pleased or whatever, but I'm also not wishing for the brink of death like I am when I play these maps, or when I don't play these maps and someone forces me to. We have Classified here. This is a 5 remake, and honestly, I think it's worse than 5, and much worse actually. I think it goes into B. Because honestly, the way you do the Easter egg and whatnot, honestly, no. I would not want to do that Easter egg because it's around 115. Dead of the Night, I have rarely played. Ancient Evil, I've played enough to give it I'm gonna put it here because these are all like survival maps. I've come to realise that all of the survival maps that I've put here, well, all of them here are kind of like survival maps in a sort of way. There's not much to them, so I just think they're kind of meh. Alpha Omega, I haven't played enough of it. Like I haven't even like had the wonder weapon or done the Easter egg or anything like that. Targ is sort of the same sitch. D Machine. Now we're on to some maps I actually do know, and actually I do quite enjoy. D Machine is a fantastic recreation of Noct, and I think it goes bottom of A because I honestly think that it's really fun and I enjoy doing the Easter egg on it. I've actually done it multiple times, and I have actually done all the Cold War Easter eggs. If you look in the playlist, I've got a full gameplay of it up there. If you want to check that out as well. On to the next one, we have Firebase C. Like, I know people hate it, but I do not. I think it's a decent experience, and I think that it actually goes there. I honestly don't hate the map. Some people say, "Oh yeah, the Easter egg's horrible though." It's an easy Easter egg. You can blast through it in about an hour, and it's not too difficult. And they also say, "Oh yeah, the mimic step." There's 3 spawns for it, and if you watch those spawns for it, like one is near Jug, bridge area, and then one is on the other side, and then one is up top in the spawn. If you watch those, they will not spawn there again once you've got them in that area. And it is a bit buggy, but that's probably the case of how it's like. You know, as I said with the other map that I said about Zetsubo, it's not really the map's fault that it doesn't work properly. It's more a coding error or like some sort of coding problem. And honestly, it's not that bad. All those people that say it's bad, no, really isn't. Now we have Outbreak. Now Outbreak is honestly, I respect it, even though it's not really my forte. It's not much really my thing. I respect it for what it did, and it kind of like branched out a bit, and it's probably the best iteration of that sort of open world thing that we've had. And I think that that's an achievement that deserves top of C tier. Malada Totem, it is better than D Machine. It's better than Deriz. I think it slots right there. I think it really does. Forsaken. Now this is one map that's really decisive for people, and I honestly think that it's top of B tier. And this is only due to like really the ending and whatnot. I quite enjoy the ending where it like kind of shows off Richtofen, and it kind of leads us into what was meant to be BO6 but ended up being like MW3, which I think MW3 was sort of a prequel for it, like stuff happening while Cold War was happening, to be honest. So I don't think that's much to go off. Our next map up here. Actually, you know what? We're going to fire all 4 of these off. F, F, Archon F, Shino Numa, a little bit better. Vanguard was honestly just a horrible map. Well, Vanguard was just a horrible time for people like me. Now, in MW3, I actually completed the Borealis grind, and I actually quite enjoy it up until you have no more quests and stuff to do. Like, after you complete all the acts and got all the schematics, it's honestly just a case of going in, getting out. And for that, I actually think that it is somewhere there. Because Blood is... like I prefer all those maps over Operation Deadbolt. Terminus is a fantastic map. I quite enjoyed myself, and I think it deserves. It's better than Moon. It's better than Nuketown. It's better than Firebase. I think it might be better than Rave, and that's where it stops. And Liberty Falls, it's a decent map. Honestly, I'm gonna put it somewhere there. Because honestly, it's one of those maps that people just camo grinded on. The Easter egg was pretty simple, and like honestly, if I was to go back, I probably wouldn't redo the Easter egg for that. I'd probably redo like Terminus. I'd probably do Citadel. I'm alright with doing those. And next up we have on our list is Citadel, like we've just been talking about. Citadel is a fantastic map, in my opinion, and I think it's honestly a brilliant map. And it's better than Liberty Falls. I think it's going to go somewhere. Oh, I think it's better than Firebase, not as good as Rave. Right, the Tomb. This was actually the first time that I actively went for around 100 and actually achieved it, which is a good thing for me, and I think honestly deserves it I think it's there. It's not. It's all right. The Easter eggs decent. I don't really want to go back and do it. Right. Next up we have Shattered Veil. Shattered Veil is, I think, somewhere in the realm of there. Because honestly, it's a fun experience, and the boss fight is actually pretty. It's pretty awesome. You face off against a giant fucking T-Rex that's turned into a zombie. I think that's amazing. And Terminus was against a squid monster. But honestly, I think BO6 is a very well made game. And yeah, we're going to go into the final three maps actually. We have the Reckoning. Now, there is one step on there that is really annoying, and it's the one with the bucket and whatnot. I vaguely remember that. It's basically somewhat of a collectathon as well. There's a lot of stuff you have to do. You have to kill the guy again, which honestly, why? I do not know. And it did have a really good setup into the in BO7. But honestly, I think I'm going to put it there. Actually, wait, no. It's not that good, is it? I'm going to put that there. And actually, we're moving on now to the two Black Ops 7 maps that we don't, well, that we have right now in this tier list. And we have Ashes of the Damned. Now, Ashes is one of those maps that how they made it is they wanted it to be sort of up here. Like, it was meant to be a transit, like, revamp. And honestly, it does do something to me. Like, I do enjoy it. And I'm not sure if we go off, like, cursed mode as well. Curse is, like, a whole other beast. But I think it deserves bottom of B for its map. I think it's a fairly good map, and Tessie was a good replacement for fucking Bus. For the Bus. And finally we have Vandal Farm. It's just a farm remake, but it's better than... I think it is better than Shino, but not as good as... Like, it's going to be better than Shangri-La on BO1, but worse on thingy. Right. So this is my entire tier list now. I'll give you a second just to have a look, see what you agree and disagree with. Fantastic. Now this is my own ranking, and honestly, other people will have other rankings. My personal opinion is Cold War is very overhated, and is my second favourite zombies mode behind Black Ops 3, of course, because BO3 is unbeatable, honestly. Unless they give mod tools to one of these new games and allow custom maps on them, then it'll never be as good as BO3. But I think Black Ops Cold War is my second favourite experience of zombies. So that's going to be it for today, and I hope you all enjoyed either laughing, shouting at your screens, hoping for the brink of death, because apparently my takes on zombies maps are horrible. And if you want to rip on me, go ahead in the comments, and I will defend myself till the day I die. So thank you everyone for watching, and I will see you when I next record. Bye bye for now.